a day of gains where we recovered most of those losses, but that wasn't the case today.
It wasn't, and what's also disappointing to see, I think, was we finished on the day's lows both today and yesterday, and over the past sort of 1 month period or so, the market has been tracking largely sideways. But if we have a look at a 30-day chart, which I've been looking at actually, you can see here that through March, early March here, you can see each one of the dips in the market has been getting progressively higher. So we've seen the market buy back into those dips. You can see the highs moving a bit higher, but what we have seen over the past week or so is those dips starting to move lower, and the market not buying up the dips. We saw 3 consecutive days lower last week, and the market hasn't recovered from those 3 consecutive days of losses like it had been recovering previously. And really, as Michael mentioned, there's a key level in the market at the moment around that 49.80 on the ASX 200, which you can see here, 49.80. I would be looking to, we did hold on to this level, just held above it at the close today, but this would be a significant level for the market. We'd like to see it hold above this level, but certainly that's the key short-term resistance level, key support level on the market. And we just saw a little bit of profit taking, particularly amongst those yield players today. If you look at Woolworths, Wesfarmers, AMP, some of those yielding players that have performed very well recently, they were the ones that were sold off particularly heavy during the session today.
Patrick, movements today, the fact we really only saw the telecommunications space in positive territory at the end.
Yeah, it was a pretty broad-based sell-off across the market today. As mentioned, the yielding stocks in particular significantly lower. There was some interesting moves within the materials space. Rio Tinto was leading the losses there, as off around 1.5%, but for most of the session we saw some of the other mining stocks actually gain ground. We know they were heavily sold off yesterday, so a bit of buying coming in today. The gold stocks are making a bit of a comeback on the market today. They've been under a lot of pressure recently as the gold price had weakened, but I think with the gold stocks what you see is people buying them up in expectations of movements in the gold price. I think with the news coming out of Europe, the market's starting to think that investors might start moving back into gold. This would obviously benefit the gold miners, and they do tend to move a little bit ahead of possibly the gold price in expectation wise. But the market today, one of the big interesting movers also AMP on the market today. It was off almost 3%, which was a very disappointing performance, along with some of the other diversified financials and the insurance companies all having a weaker day today. The big 4 banks didn't bounce back as much as we have seen on days which follow a sell-off, an intraday sell-off. We saw them sold off quite heavily yesterday, and the banks didn't manage to bounce back today, most of them finishing about flat or slightly lower. So pretty broad-based sell-off across the market today.
Patrick, it was interesting. Tim